I have some action plans. Would like to discuss about the action plans for parents. The first thing is to educate. How are the parents going to educate themselves? The best thing I feel that I have done for myself is, um, okay, just we'll continue with that. Yeah, this is the action plans to help our children. I would just like to share, to educate whom? To educate ourselves. There are n number of things now there. Either you can choose a course, or there are a lot of resources into the net and all. Educate yourself. Know what is happening to your child, the condition that your child faces. Know that, understand that. When you go for a therapy, you should know, like, what is happening to your child. Then only you come to know what is happening there. You should not, it should not be like Greek and Latin for you every time. You should know what is happening. So education is one thing where you need to have the knowledge what is happening. Then is, you are not alone in this. When you actually have a group of a like-minded parents, or in neighborhood and all, you come to know there are people who go through a lot of other problems more than what you are. It's not that a feeling of, oh, they are going through a lot of problems. Not, I'm not talking about that. You feel they are going through more than, and they are able to tackle it. So I can do it. So you're not alone here at all, in this. And then taking me time, so important. Me time, at least half an hour in a day. Try to take that me time. The mother, the father, I'm not talking about only the mother and the father also. Take that me time, half an hour for yourself, just to have a coffee or look at the mobile, or just sit simply also. Do whatever you want. But just take that me time, because then you are there for your child, for your family, to take care of them. You get that energy actually after. Take care of your well-being. Exercise or some yoga, or perhaps hold on to some modality, like, be it, say, I'm a Reiki healer. Actually, when I started doing Reiki, I thought I'm doing it for my son. Oh, I have to learn Reiki because my son will benefit from it. I used to think that way. But later on, I just came to know, God, this Reiki is only for me, not for my child. He is very fine. He's just perfect. It's for me that I needed Reiki to pull myself up, to understand my child. So Reiki helped me in that. So choose something, exercises, just a walk into the nature. All these things help a lot. And then therapy is play, and play is therapy. Nothing like this play. Play is one thing that you get the best. You want to play with your child. The child is 2 years old, 4 years old. Be like that. Go into their shoes and play with them, and you feel regenerated. Like, you feel, wow, I feel very good about myself. And the child also enjoys in the process, and a lot of things develop during play, which you can't do otherwise. You cannot sit and do activity with your child and say, do this activity. It becomes some activity only. But when you play, it becomes a natural thing. Lot of things, the communication aspect, social aspect, so many things developed during play. Play with your child, make memories. Take the child out, expose your child. I'll tell you, it's not easy, but I know it's difficult. But don't worry about the public, or the environment, or the general public at large. Just, you are just expose your time. Just take time to expose. Take them to different places, show them different things, make memories. They will really thank you. They really thank you in future. Next is, it's okay not to be right always. It's okay to feel that, every time you need not be a superhuman, a super mother, super father, and all those things. It's okay to be wrong also sometimes, and it's okay to say, okay, this is wrong now. Just take it lightly, and let me do whatever right I have to do. Let me change it. So it's okay to say, not to be right always, because always we want to be the super moms or super dads. We don't want to do any mistakes like that. But once in a while, it's okay to say it's all right. Not to be like that. Forgive yourself. The forgiveness is something, because this is a lifelong thing which I have learned in this community itself. Forgiveness is something which I enrolled for it. It brought in so much difference to me. So much of my things, the baggages that I was carrying, just left me when I did this forgiveness. I think 21 days forgiveness in HLP. So forgiveness is something you can actually do it like that. I just gave you an example that it helped me. But forgiving, just let go of the past and be in the present. So that really helps a lot. Being a parent is hard, and being a parent to a special child is extra hard. So we have to acknowledge that. We have to admit it. There is no other choice actually. We have been chosen. We have to do it. You have the power to do it. So it's a hard thing only. Difficult for any parent also. Even the regular parents find it so difficult nowadays. things. Celebrate little things in your life and don't compare. Whatever small things, even if the child achieves a small milestone, celebrate it like something great, exaggerate it and celebrate it. You feel very good about yourself. Those are the little things I'm talking about. Having a meal together or having an ice cream together. Take the child out, have an ice cream. Celebrate those little small moments. Always trust your instincts in the sense, when you really feel, if somebody is example telling you something like, if you do this therapy it will be good for your child, and if your instinct says no, I don't think so, this is required for my child, follow it. Don't do that. Follow your instincts. Nothing like the parent. The parent is the first teacher, everything to the child. The parent only understands the child first, not the therapist, not the, they come later on. But the parent knows. So trust your instincts. If you really feel this is good, go ahead. If you feel not good, don't go ahead with it. Okay. Next is make time for your marriage. This is something we all lack actually. From my experience, what I have to tell is the child becomes a center point. Everything is in context with the child. The child takes much of your time, 24/7. Given 24/7, the child will take. But in that also, if you're ready, if you really want your marriage to work, because then the marriage thing takes a backseat. After many years, you will realize you have not given enough for your marriage. That goes, actually it happens, where you're not, where your time goes is where things happen, isn't it? Where you don't spend time, it doesn't show up that much. Take time for your marriage. You need help, ask for help, be willing to ask for help. You need your family members to take care of your child for some time, to be with your spouse or anything. Please do go ahead and do it. It's very important actually. And then the last but not the least, you are the superhero. Always think that you are the hero, or pat yourself for the day. End of the day, pat yourself. You've done your best. Whatever best for the day you have done yourself, you are the superhero for your child. Really, for your child, you will be the superhero. They look at you with so much of awe and wow, my goodness, my mother or my father, who are there to accept me, understand me. Whatever I do, they are there. So you become the superhero for your children and for everybody around. Once it starts with the child, naturally it goes to everybody around you. So this is what I wanted to meant by what is special about us. Being special about us is something we are really great. It's not that special children. Let us make it really a special child. Special, really special. Every child is special. All of us are unique. All of us are special, and the same thing comes our children too. So this is the message I wanted to give today. I hope it is, whatever little I just taken this topic, I hope it is reached. So from now onwards, we'll just take up the question answer session. Yeah. So the first question is how to handle a kid who throws tantrums even for small instructions. Yes, pervasive PDD problems. What is a kid trying to tell you here? The first thing that you have to think about is what is a kid trying to tell you through the tantrums. See, tantrums is not the tantrums that you think. Tantrums is a way of communication. Something is not met. I don't know in what situation this is, but tantrum is something which is an indication, it's a communication from the child where they want something. You can talk to the child. Talk to the child. If the child is 6-year-old, be a 6-year-old. Treat them as a 6-year-old, not a 2-year-old. Treat them as a 6-year-old. Talk to them from the 6 years point of view and tell them what is that you need. You can communicate properly. We are here to listen to you. We are here to listen to you. We are here to understand you, not here to judge you or anything. So try to tell, give options. If the child is a non-verbal child, give through cues through pictures, or through in the mobile or anything like that. Try to give the cues and ask what is troubling them. Is it pain somewhere in their body, or is it something that is irritating them? Most of the children have sensorial issues also. So you have to look into those aspects. Parents having normal children does not allow their children to play with special needs children. How can approach them? Do we really? I'm not getting the full question here. Yeah, this is one thing that we have seen, but the idea of this is, it's a very hard thing. Even parents with special children also don't want their children to play with the other special children. That is also happening around. Okay, so why I'm saying this is it happens, but that is why I say the integration part. It's high time we start looking at it in a different note altogether. It's not only the family, but with this question, let me say, start it at home. Don't expect others to change. You start changing. Take small steps. Like, that's what I'm saying. Have friends who can understand you. Take your child to that place where you are comfortable. Your child is also, you will be comfortable. Take small steps. Take your child. Make the child socialize there. Understand. Let them understand your children. Let take a small step. This will also gradually happen. Will autistic children accept new people to interact with them? It depends on the autistic child. The children with Asperger's syndrome and all, they come into the autistic category. They do actually, they are very socially good. Actually, they like socializing. But the other categories, autistic children, it takes time for them, because something new for them to decipher and to process and all those things, it takes time. And it also depends on the attitude and the vibrations of the other person. They really catch up the vibration first. For your knowledge, they catch up the vibration, and it depends on how the person is, how the person is going to be with, according to the person they will be. What to do with stammering problem in 10 years old child? So this is something which is a clinical thing. Stammering, it can be due to many reasons. You have to find out the reasons why the child doing it. Is it anything to do with medical thing, or is it environmental thing? You have to actually first figure out that. So I cannot answer to this, because I really don't know what will be the problem. It can be either a medical condition, or it can be either the environmental condition due to some stress or anything also, it can happen. So we need to actually look at it from a deeper aspect. Do we really need to label the child? How does it help the child? No, that's what I'm telling you. Please don't label the child. Don't call your child an autistic child. When you actually, one more thing I want to tell here is, when you talk to other parents or other people in front of your child, please don't talk about the condition of your child in front of the child. Please never do that. Never do that. Okay, that is one thing from you yourself. You are putting your child down. Tell something good about them. Yeah, he is just super. You can tell. Take in the highlights and talk about that. Don't talk. If you really want to talk to somebody, professional or anything, tell the child to sit outside or away from you, and then talk to the person who is concerned. Never talk in front of the child at all. So labeling aspect doesn't even come into play there. It's only for the paper point of view, or some conditions where you have to put in, this is a condition, to really intervene, we use those things. What is your advice when people meet an autistic child? No, it's just go with them with an open heart. That's all I say. They only have to give you joy. You just show your joy. You just show your willingness to accept them the way they are. They just open up. That's the only one thing that you have to do. When you meet an autistic child, just greet them. Just like any other person greet them. They will respond to you. My son is 2.5 years old, still don't talk. Actually, you can actually go in for an assessment. Find out what is the reason to it. First find out the reason what to it. 2.5, 2.5, you can still wait, but still find out. Let us not be delay. Don't delay it. Find out the reason, and then accordingly you can do it. Actually, what is make time for your marriage? I can't understand. Can you explain it? Make time for your marriage is something. See, when we have a child like this, our full work, our full concentration is on the child. The child becomes a focus. Therapies for the child all the time. The child. You have to be with the child, cater to the child. If a child has a difficulties, you have to do all the chores also, routine things for the child. So most of your time goes there. And the good time that you have to spend with your spouse or something is not, because that from there you have taken up everything and you are spending it here. So that goes in for a toss over a period of time. That goes in for a toss. Both of you need time for yourself too, to build up your relationship. When you both are in the same sink, in the same boat, the child recognizes, it helps the child. You can work together also, discuss how to work together. So many things happen there. Make time for your marriages. I meant that only. Make time, have your time with your spouse, which can give you a feeling of belonging, the love, and all those things that you need. That is very important. Next question here is, how can we make a special child comfortable when they visit our home or when we visit them? Oh yeah. See, sometimes when a child who's new to the environment, they comes to your house, they may not find it that comfortable in the beginning. You may find them roaming around in all rooms and finding out what is there around, and all those things happen because actually they are getting comfort. They are trying to get comfortable with the environment. They're very sensorial. It's very sensory issues also. They want to see what all things are there around, how to make themselves comfortable. And when they feel okay, they get a look at all the things around them, then they feel comfortable, and then you can start interacting. When you see a child roaming around, leave the child. They are not going to do anything. They just want to see what is around, make themselves comfortable with the environment. Most of the children do that. And you can just give them that space. Give them that space. Don't um, pressure the child in any way. They will come back. When you give them that space, they will come back to greet you or something. Then you can start actually. That's the way you make them comfortable. And then you can start with your conversation without judgments, just like any other child. We don't need any high funda things to understand special children. Just like any other normal children, you treat them. The normal, so regular children, how you do with your child, you treat them, they respond. Some tips how to play with special kids. Some tips how to space will be I mean, you can actually have toys just like how you play with the other, but only thing you have to actually model it to them, show it to them, like how to play and how to be, and how to really, actually you have to get involved in that first. If you are not involved, they also don't involve, and beginning stage you will think, I'm only doing and they are not doing anything, so that's when they don't even respond beginning. But when you keep doing it without any expectations, they start joining in. So the first thing is you play whatever you have to play, they will join. Please suggest what are the good series to improve their knowledge for 3 years baby girl. No, I didn't understand this question actually. Okay, how to engage, understand a special teenage child with speech problem. Teenagers, they have actually entered into their mindset of their own, thought pattern of their own. But after 12 plus is, to the puberty time, they have their own personality, individuality develops, you know. So how to engage or understand a special teenage child? Be a friend to the child. Be a friend. My son is 18 years old, and this is the one thing that works with him is treat him like a friend. I treat him, oh, come there, just put your hand and then just say, like, like a bindas approach, because he doesn't talk, he just through gestures he communicates with me. In that also he finds I made a, like, that's what it is up to the parents how they want to treat their child. If you are that, the child will become that. So if you really be a friendly person with a teenage child, that is all you can do. Be very friendly to them. And um, with speech problem, you can actually tell them to communicate. Give them that the rule, like, you want to communicate, tell us any mode of communication that the child is comfortable with, either pictures, either the app which we use. There are a lot of apps now, to communicate, those apps or anything. But instead of a tantrum or getting angry, try to communicate and tell what you want. We are here to understand you. When you say that, they get the clarity. Maybe the first time they may not listen, but the second, third time they will understand that. And when you are there with in a relaxed manner, actually they will understand that, oh, my mother or my father is there to listen to me, so I am comfortable. The friendly attitude is one thing that helps. So anything, any all the takeaway notes, everything will be actually shared with you in the WhatsApp group. People who are new to the group here can join to the community, can join our WhatsApp community group. And I take this opportunity to really thank Velu for giving this opportunity to me to do this presentation here. Thank you, and thank you the entire team of HLP, really doing a great job with this webinar. Um, Thank you once again to all parents and everybody who are listening to this webinar.